I really thought that was a microphone in his hands.
I think it's a light. We'll ask him when he gets here.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good
Okay.
coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
You're watching Tanner's Haunted Secrets
on the Outline Network. What they say.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's a secret sound hidden deep within the center of the earth. Until you listen closely enough, you can hear it. And it sounds like razors through flesh. We are merely here to turn up the volume.
Hey everyone, I'm Maximus Christian Bryant, President of the Ohio Haunters Association, and you are watching Chainer's Haunted Secrets on the Owlite Network. And I wanted to invite you all to come see the Ohio Haunters Convention on May 9th and 10th in 2026 at the Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield, Ohio. See you there.
Yes, indeed. We are excited about the Ohio Haunters Convention. I know I'm excited. And right now we have me and Friday on here. Don't worry, our guest, he had to get one more plate at the local Golden Corral. But I want him to spend time with his family. And then he's going to jump in here. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to talk about the convention news. Friday, are we ready for this convention?
I'm as ready as I'm going to get. I can't wait to see. I want to go so badly.
So if you're one of the people that's going to go to the Ohio Reformatory to go to the Ohio Haunters Convention, please take photos, send them to us. I know I'll be there, but I don't have all the time to take the photos, and it is really a wonderful building. Right now, here's the schedule. This was just posted with the Ohio Haunters Association. On Friday, vendors load in. Everybody knows about the load in, because without load in, you ain't going to have vendors. Show floor, but on Friday, we also have Mohican Haunted Schoolhouse is going to be open. For you to do that, you have to get the tickets online. Just go to their website. You can look them up, Mohican Haunted Schoolhouse, and you can get your tickets. Then Saturday is officially the show floor will open. Vendors get a second chance to bring in the rest of their stuff. And then the show floor will open at 10 o'clock a.m. It runs until 5 o'clock p.m. There's going to be a kids costume contest. I'm looking forward to seeing the talent that some of these parents and their kids have putting this together is a wonderful thing. Blood Prison, they're going to be running on Saturday from noon until 4, and then 7 o'clock. It is the costume ball, and I can't wait because we are really super excited about that because it's Chainer's Haunted Secrets' costume ball. Floor at food on the convention or food at the convention. My bad. I'm just going down this. I'm trying to read it, and it's been a long day in my regular job. There's going to be food at the costume ball. Then there's going to be a freak show at the costume ball. And then there's going to be a costume contest. I can't wait to see what the adults bring to the floor. Then Saturday, it's Mother's Day. Bring your hot moms because the show floor will open at 10 o'clock a.m. and it runs until 3 o'clock. So, get... And sometimes vendors kind of hold things for the second day. That way they still have a good turnout. So a lot of vendors keep on coming in. I know the list keeps on going on and on. They've got it running on their Facebook, as many as they possibly can. I know the full list is going to be coming out here pretty soon. There's a possibility, if you're going to the convention, that you have an opportunity to go ahead and go to the convention and pick up something that you might have ordered through one of these wonderful vendors. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Don't worry, Friday. One of these years, we will get you there. My mouse is
That
not
is the
clicking.
plan.
It's not working. I can't scroll up, can't scroll down. I broke it something.
Oh no.
I know, right? It's wonderful when mice work, right?
Oh yeah, having working mice. Their squeaks are so nice.
I don't know what's going on my end. Maybe it just doesn't like me. Maybe whatever. But like I said,
I don't know which one we're trying to do.
I'm just trying to get my mouse to work. We do have the costume ball. I can't wait for this one. I love going to the costume ball. Not for the music, not for the people, but I want to see the costumes. And that is one of the biggest things. I know we're going to have our banner there. We're going to put it somewhere. Hopefully, if you're going to it, you can take a picture. Once again, send it into the show. And Friday, since your mouse might be working better than my mouse, you want to put up that new picture? There you go. So yeah, we really can't wait. I really can't wait, and half of me is so excited, and the other half is kind of terrified because I'm one of the ones that put a lot of time and effort into putting this on. So yeah, we're super excited to be part of it. One of my friend haunts right there, Haunted Town Hall, they just got put on the sponsorship board. So yeah. But yeah, I can't scroll nothing to save my tail.
Okay, which one do you want next?
I was going to take that one down, and I can't even do that.
Okay, there we are. Sorry, we're trying to medicate the tiny man, and he's it's kind of choking him, but it's helping. So I muted myself.
So, what she means by that is her little one unfortunately got a nosebleed today, and when he got a nosebleed, they are treating the nosebleed and trying to clear it and clean it out and this and that. So it's not that she's actually trying to choke the child. But
if you've ever used saline spray, you understand how it automatically gives you a reaction. But with your sinuses so dry, like his and his sister get, their doctor had recommended to use the saline spray.
So I'm laughing here because
Yeah.
in our side of the screen we have a couple of different things in style. I can make my mouse do things, but as soon as I go up to where all the photos are, it has no access. So I don't know what's going on there. Whatever,
I don't
it's
know
okay.
why. You're an admin.
I know I can see everything, but it just will not. Um, I don't know. Maybe StreamYard hates me
Is there a
today.
curtain
I
theme?
don't know. What's that?
Do we know if there's a curtain theme?
A curtain thing for the
Or a
ball?
curtain theme? Yeah,
Um, it
a
just
curtain. I cannot speak today.
everything's just costumes. We want to see all different costumes. I know that there is going to be a small costume contest with that. So to tell you what the theme is, we really don't have a theme this year. Um, if you want to come in and be a zombie podcaster, I will absolutely stop everything just to take a picture, and we will put you up on our Facebook as soon as I can get it uploaded. I'm just saying, anybody comes in as a zombie
Look,
creature or any type of creature that's trying to be a podcaster, I will absolutely do that. I think that would be fantastic. But dealing
just
with
send
the
it to
theme,
me
no,
and
we
I'll get
really
it up.
don't.
And oh, by the way, hi, Brett. Hi, Chris. And of course, definitely, hi, AJ. We love you.
But yeah,
I don't
hopefully,
know her yet.
right. Um, Once again, if you don't know what's going on with the convention, this is the first year of it returning. It's returning because popular demand. People have asked for it over and over and over again. When's it coming back? What are we doing? How are we doing it? This and that. And that's one of the important things that people really wanted this convention to happen. And we want it to happen for the people in the haunted house industry here in Ohio. We used to have a convention, it was moved, and now we want our convention to be here. And we are doing everything we can to do the best that we can on this first year of it being back. So yeah, and if anybody notices, yes, I do have a new hat. I like my hat, and it was brought up to my attention in something else that they thought it was AI. It is not AI. It's actually a hat. It just keeps on disappearing with my AI background. I don't even think that. I just think that's green screen technology. There's no artificial intelligence in my background. But like I said, we do have a guest tonight. He is on his way. He just had something that held him up, so we can't wait for him to be here tonight. It's someone I'm looking really forward to having on the show because he used to go around and actually interview people. Oh, look at that! It's a wonderful background there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that background.
Yeah. This is the Ohio Reformatory in Mansfield, Ohio. I know that we had Max on the show last time, and Max was talking about the Reformatory and everything with the convention. As we keep on getting closer, we're going to bring up more because if you don't know, it is officially April. May is right here.
May is so close. It's not funny. It's
Right.
literally about a month away. For this convention.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
Yeah,
tomorrow
literally a month away.
tomorrow will be officially 1 month from it. Today is 1 month from loading it. So yeah, I can't be more happy about it. I just
So
looking
here's the
forward to
question:
it.
What do you, what is your part in the convention that you have been doing to set it up?
So my part in the convention, I am in charge of membership on the board of uh, Ohio Haunters Association, and my part is we are going to have a member only area. That if you have a membership card, uh, they look like this. It's got the seal on the back of it. It's got your name and this and that. And I actually have a couple of them that have to get sent out. So I'll get them sent out because I've been kind of busy. Oh. But yeah, I mean, the front will have your name on it. Let's see here. Can we get it to look at something? Nope. Yes. No. There. So those are the cards. It'll have your name on it, have your identification number on it. And on the back, once they get done, they do have our seal on it. And just can't wait because that area, we're going to have light snacks. We're going to have light snacks for the members, and we're going to also have bottles of water for those members in that area. It's going to be a sitting area, beautiful view. I'm glad that you don't work Saturday or Sunday, and hopefully you'll be there. But yeah, just for clarity.
Okay. Yes.
I was going to say, just for clarity, this is the longest 10 minutes.
I know, right? So, okay, the next question I have is, okay, you have the members area, you have the snacks, and you're in charge of this. What else in the things that you have done are helping get the convention rolling?
Well, communication is a key point. And in communication, we had to make sure that we had a way to talk. And from my haunted field that we actually have radios, and our radios are going to go to the convention for everybody to be able to use. With that, also, there's been many, many, many visits to the reformatory to take measurements, to do everything. And look, this person, he just magically showed up.
Yay!
Yeah, I just show up. I just show up and just show up. That's what I do.
Well, let me just tell you,
Finally!
I'm glad that you're here.
Yeah,
Yay!
sometimes we do a tradition. Me and my dad, and my little brother will go to Golden Corral on a Wednesday if we feel like it and just say, screw it,
Well, glad you're here.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad I'm here. Been waiting to do this for a while, so obviously that's the good thing.
Yes, and last time I got to see you was absolutely a train wreck in my life. So it is really good to see you. And I'm doing a lot better after that happened.
Trust me, man, when you called me, it was a breath of fresh air because honestly, with what transpired of what we'll talk about in a bit, I'm still feeling it, but I'm still trying my best to be positive to see what's out there, but at the other time of the ladder of the moment, you just look at it and be like, huh, shit,
Right. So how do you pronounce the name that you want me to call you? Because, I just wanted to verify.
It's just Heretik with the K though.
Okay.
So because there's a lot of haunters, and even there's one at Hell's Gate that has the Heretik with the C. And I said to myself, well, it's nice and all, but I can just spice it up and put a K there, and it should be fine,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
I love it.
So, we have Heretic on tonight, and I'm really excited to have him on the show.
Finally.
Because this is one of the few people that I've been able to be interested in, go and see, and then magically I got to meet him at the Midwest Haunters Convention in Chicago. Would love to see you again. It's just not in my cards with my busy schedule right now.
Yeah, absolutely. The last time I saw you, you had a shorter beard. Now look at you, looking like Grizzly Adams over there.
I've heard a lot of things. Someone actually said that if I put my face down, it looks like a starfish.
No, I mean, hey, you know what? Longer beards rule anyway.
Right, and Mike Ross has the best beard, in my opinion, in the haunting house industry. I'm just going to say, Mike Ross, your beard is so awesome.
Yes.
I can only struggle to do what he does. But anyway, so let's get on to your wonderful interview. And one of the coolest things is I was on an interview with you a while back.
Yes, I believe it was a couple of years back already. Holy shit. Yes, so as mentioned, you run your show, I run my show, and our schedules just weren't working so well. I took some time away, and I am taking time away now from Haunting with Friends on Facebook Live due to the fact that I don't mind doing this, but also a lot of anxiety has hit me lately, especially now with the pylon of the shutdown of Old Joliet Haunted Prison. And I said to myself, I don't want to quit the program. I don't want to lose the platform. I don't want to get rid of it or shelve it indefinitely. So rather than doing interview shows on Facebook Live, I'm going to make the next step for the platform that I've let the inner crew know about, to where, it's beneficial and it's less stress on all of us.
Wonderful. Well, I'm looking forward to it returning.
Well, yeah, we are I am returning on Facebook Live with the Haunting with Friends thing for one last and the final show of it, and it'll be this month, April 25th, 6 p.m. Central. I titled it already. It's an ode to Old Joliet Haunted Prison, so dedicated to all the inmates, actors, actresses, people that work there, have so many fond memories of there, and people that have always wanted to visit, but sadly now won't be able to. It's an open forum of respectful, obviously, to ask questions and, see what goes on. That also will be the capitalizing of that show, where what my future plans are, because I've been keeping those zip tight because I don't want to give too much away.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just glad that you're taking steps and you're doing something different.
Yes.
And you're just not going to throw everything away, because
no, I'm not.
There was a following to the point that you actually was trying, or you actually succeeded it. I'm not sure which one, in actually having a in-person meet and greet.
I don't recall that as much. What I remember is, in order to alleviate less stress, but it didn't work out to me, was I thought it'd be cool to do Haunting with Friends, like a pre-record style, where we're recording it, we post it onto my Haunting with Friends interviews page. But then I tried to test footage of it, and I said, I still got that anxiety. I can't do this no more, So the 25th, I'll be live on Facebook. I'd like to see everyone that I've interviewed or got a chance to interview, and just want everyone to just say it sucks that it's going away, but it's also going to be beneficial for the next step of what's going to happen to the platform.
That's awesome. So let's get into the whole haunted house. We can go and talk about your character, or we could talk about wherever you want to lead this, because I know
Yeah.
this.
I mean, it took me maybe 7 or 8 years of my life to create a character. So, firstly, I'm not like the haunters that you see out there that can go snap, snap, snap like Thanos and create a new character left and right.
And I would love to show pictures, which Friday's got the access to that, because for some reason our platform decided that they don't want to let me scroll on that screen. So hey, look, pictures.
Yep, that's me. That was done by one of the inmates that was a Q line actor. You've seen her on social media, named Emily Fusion. She runs her own photography page called Dark Tricks with a X, Dark Tricks Photography. We went to Bachelor's Grove Cemetery, which was very haunted. It's a very notorious haunted cemetery in Midlothian, Illinois, and has a lot of dark history over there, amongst other things too. It's the same cemetery that's infamous for a photo where it shows an apparition of a woman sitting on a gravestone, and you can see the transparency of it.
Awesome.
So if you ever look that up on Google, Pile, I recommend it. It's like the closest thing you can talk about if you like paranormal and you want to see what's real and what's not. This is the definition of what real looks like.
I love that. That makes me so happy.
Yeah. These are shout out to SDC Photography, Tino Caceres. We did this actually in the parking garage across the street from Midwest Hunters Convention from last year.
Oh, that's even funnier.
Yeah. And I wasn't sure to take out my chainsaw because I just wanted to be courteous about it. But then I see other people with a chainsaw. I'm like, motherfucker.
Right.
Hey, you always want to be safe, when you're doing these photo shoots. You can see he added some cool effects to it with the zapper and stuff like that. No, anyone watching, my zapper does not actually shoot sparks. If it did, then I'd be in big trouble.
Only if you get caught.
And that's funny. That's the same. That zapper is the same day during the photo shoot, I bought that zapper just that way I could have something for the photo shoot.
I really like those zappers. Unfortunately, when the person that made them talked to me, they said, so this is something that's hot on the market, and I said, yeah, it would not work at mine. And they said, well, why not? I said, I'm outside. And they're like, well, it's pretty sturdy. I said, with teenagers. And they said, well, I said, it will not make it through the first weekend. There will be somebody that destroys it. Those are wonderful, but you have to have the right person have those.
Exactly. And it's like you don't want to oversaturate it, but no offense to people out there that have made it out of a career and stuff, but to sliding and clackers on gloves.
Right.
Every time I go through a haunt, click, 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 click. I'm like, oh, okay, a clacker, awesome.
Yep, it's really fun to go through different haunts.
That's my favorite photo right there. So, to those that don't know, on social media on Facebook, you can follow him and add him and follow his paranormal channel called Blood Moon Paranormal. That is Zachary Wenzel. He went by the name of Sparky while a Q line acting and also being behind the scenes of helping build up Old Joliet during the off season. And Zach and Emily, they've been my friends for a long time, and I wouldn't trade the world for how well, they've helped me out throughout this business along with other people in my mind and stuff like that, And what was funny about this photo is while doing the photo shoot, I said, hey, Zach, let's do one together. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, me just squeezing your head like a melon. And there's the photo.
Yeah. I will point out that I really like that you have made a character that does have glasses.
So
It is-
yeah, it's very unique. The first time I saw a full mask with glasses was the man who made my mask, who made two of my masks. My best friend River, he made those masks within a year. With the first one was a 1 year process. This one that I have currently was a 2 year process of 2.5, because supplies and stuff. Nothing's cheap these days, and when you have someone very creative to have a mindset of what you want made and what you tell them how it wants to look, we'll make it. That's why I posted my albums, where it says on an album, it says, "Who am I? You will know." That was the first version of the mask, where it had like a predator, like indent, like with the mouth right here, like how I'm doing with my mouth, like that. But then we realized, even though the water latex didn't hold, I said, "I think we can change the mouth." He's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Because it looks like a puckered up butthole." So I took part of my face, not my face, but I took my mouth, and I said, "Let's do it like this." And then, as you can see how it looks in the mask right there, and the dreads are, the color is an homage to one of my favorite killers in a Rob Zombie movie, Otis Driftwood, aka Bill Moseley, who I've met many countless of times at Days of the Dead Horror in Chicago. And when I showed him the mask and the dreadlocks, and I actually brought it, he's like, "That is killer. That is sick." And when I got his autograph, he put the quote from The Devil's Rejects on the picture, and it says, "I am the devil, and I come here to do the devil's work." And I was like, "Oh."
It's awesome.
I've shown a lot of horror celebrities my haunt photos that love haunted houses. And it's irony that most of those celebrities that act in those movies, you think, oh, they might like horror. Majority don't like haunted houses.
No. A lot of them like being actors, but they do not like haunted houses. It's funny because there are haunters that love haunting, but they don't like to go through haunted houses.
Yeah, that's it's like the irony of it all is, well, before we say this, shout out to Nicole Dillon. She did this before I had that photo shoot with Tino the same day. So that's me sitting on the throne for 13th floor booth where I represent my home haunt there. But no, what's irony is some of these actors will come to you, and you probably heard it. Yeah, I don't mind acting, but I'm not going to walk through. It's like, dude, you work here.
Funny story. Last year we went through. No, 2 years ago we went through Midwest Haunters Convention, and we went through a haunt, and I can't remember what the haunt is. But there was a girl the entire time right behind me, and she kept on talking and talking, and I looked at her. I said, "Are you okay?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, I'm a haunt actor from blah blah blah." I said, "Oh, that's awesome." And she told me, she goes, "I cannot stand going through haunts." I said, "But you're here." And she goes, "I'm trying to figure out if there's something I can do better." And someone popped out, and she jumped up my side like a cat. And she goes, "I am so sorry." I said, "Okay." It's not the first time someone's jumped, and usually I'm the one that's making them jump. And she goes, "Oh, you're a scare actor too?" Yeah. I'm actually a owner. Well, owners don't haunt. Okay. So yeah, but had a great time going through that haunt. And it looks like someone knows how to take a great photo behind any type of camera.
Yeah. And there it is again. So what people don't realize is I have a prop for this straitjacket combo. Shout out to my friend Dylan Simpson, aka Drags from Disturbia, who did a hell of a job distressing the whole straitjacket, everything, and the accessories that came with it. What we did was with what you see in my mouth is a fake tongue and a necklace. I ordered a couple of things off the Haunted Hills Productions website, but no offense, I saw how it was distressed, and I'm like, man, this doesn't even look like it was done properly. So my friend Dylan said, I got permablood and stuff like that. So he starts sending me these pictures in the garage where he's distressing everything, and he goes, yeah, it looks like someone got unalived here. And I'm like, yeah, it does. My goodness, man. The art of distressing is so simplistic on certain things, but also it can be a bitch in general.
The one costume somebody asked, how should I distress this? I said, that's actually really easy. And they said, why is that? I said, all you gotta do is just go up and dig a hole, throw it in the hole, and put the dirt back on it, and go ahead and put water on it, soak it down. I said, leave it there for about a week, open it back up, and if it dries, let it dry out.
Yeah.
I said, that is natural stain from earth.
You want to know what I do when I have that musk smell? People are like, how do you smell like that all the time? Easy. Take a cloth, take a little gas, take a bit of my chainsaw fuel, put it on, damp it a little bit in the cloth, and start swabbing it onto the outfit of the straitjacket. Then people are like, why does it smell like tobacco in here? I'm like, because I enjoy a nice fat cigar, and then I want to smell natural. Yes, the mini walkthroughs, and this one's one of my favorites. Also, that's Zach. So that's Zach and his element as Sparky, and he's a hell of a guy right there. Walking through compared to acting at the haunt you work at is a different ball game. But what's cool about it is you get excited to see the friends that you can't see act in different zones and locations and stuff like that. I feel it's just the best feeling ever when you get to walk through it.
I had a great time when I went through there. And later on, I'll tell you a story. I'll make sure everybody knows this story by the end of the show here. Oh, must be all the photos.
Yeah, well, I didn't have much, unfortunately, because my phone did a backup, and it didn't save a lot of things. And it said, "Oh, you're running out of storage," and I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'll upgrade to 2 terabytes on my phone now."
Oh yeah. But
that's the best thing about Google. That's the best thing about Google is you can just switch your updates to a like a small membership fee to subscribe for 2 terabytes, and I'm like, okay, I'll pay $3.99. I'm fine with that.
Right. So, I'll tell you the story. So, let's see here. You were 2 years ago. So 3 years ago was Midwest Haunters Convention. I was there. First time I went there. And we went to Old Joliet Prison.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, let's see this. So I'm sitting there with the group I'm with, and they give you cards, and it was really interesting how all the cards was and this and that. Well, as we were going through, we had pizza and this and that. Might have ate some things that were very questionable before going and got in there. And as we were going through the haunt, I remember going through the top section, and then we had to go down some steps, and we went through this bottom section. When we went through
the metal steps.
Bottom section, when we went through this bottom section, I remember this one section where this person was done scaring. I was like, okay. And I just let it rip. Absolutely let it rip. To my amazement, This person was running down that straightaway right at me, hands out like this and mouth open.
Oh no.
And I just thought, oh my, you got it full blast. Then someone popped out of the cell right beside me and goes, I hope that was you. If not, someone didn't get the last rotting corpse out of here. And I keep on walking. And I just was like, I'm so sorry. I guess keep on going. Let it go. And I just thought to myself, I feel so bad. And everybody's like, what's going on? I said, just keep on going. I'll tell you later. Just keep on going. So then we went through that lab area, this and that.
Yeah.
Then we went back up some more steps, roomed around. And the entire time I'm like, I feel so bad. Then we go outside and I'm like, okay, we're good. We're clean. Fresh air for everyone.
For everyone.
Crack it off, and boy, there was somebody right there. And I'm like, why? Why? And the person just goes, I was going to ask you the same thing. Why? Why? Turned around, went back, and then we went through the section where they gave us the zombie guns.
Yeah, the zombie laser tag, which is called I forgot what it was called, but it was it was a cool section.
It was. I really enjoyed it. This and that. Got through, and I looked up, and I was like, that almost looks like real razor wire. And the person goes, It is. It is. We just didn't take it down. And I was just like, well, that's pretty intriguing. It took me a little bit for me to understand that the reason that you had zombified Blues Brothers there was because they filmed Blues Brothers there. Had no idea until I got through it.
To those that are listening and to those that are not, that will listen later on, Blues Brothers movie, obviously it's a classic. Here's the thing that they don't tell you is we're on the prison grounds. That's not where the Blues Brothers movie happened in the beginning. Believe it or not, it happened just across the street where those big steel gates are. And they were having trouble because the warden at the time didn't want the gate to be fixed so they can open up. But the director insisted, no, I want this thing fixed to open up and look natural. Also, fun fact, while they were filming that opening scene in the Blues Brothers where Jake is going through the corrections and getting his stuff back and everything through I forgot the terminology for it, but it was still an active prison. There were inmates still in there while they were filming.
So to tell you, about this prison here,
still cracking farts and stuff.
I loved how it was.
Thank you.
And you guys did a great job. I'm going to send Friday some pictures, and I hope that she's kind enough to see if she can figure out how to get these ones, because these are the actual pictures I took when I was there for that event. And whoever the girl was that had the striped suit and she would lift up her arms and there was a second set of arms underneath hers. She was climbing on everything and I was very much impressed.
Striped suit, couple arms. Wow. Why is that?
We have a picture of it.
Yeah.
So once we figure out how to get these up loaded real quick.
Did you ever get a picture with my co-lead of Haunting with Friends who was the warden there?
No. No, I did not. I remember we have a picture of one of the towers. You could actually see somebody walking back and forth, and that was really interesting because I thought that added so much to it.
Yeah, usually there would be someone up there, but a majority of it, it's a hologram actually that we have up there.
Yeah, we kind of figured, but it was really interesting how that one was done that day.
But let me ask you this though, because it is a real prison and there's history and it's haunted. And we're not bullshitting people when we say that. So let me ask you this. Did you feel any presence there while walking inside those cell catwalks and on the main floor?
I can't say I did because I was feeling everybody around me and feeling really bad for farting in people's mouths.
But did you let me ask you this. If you were in the queue line, you saw that castle right in front of you. Hey, Maggie, my friend. Nurse Maggie. That's Katie. That's inmate 13.
That's also Bobby's sister.
Yes.
Friday.
Bobby Lugosi's sister.
We've had him on the show
awesome.
in here too.
Bobby is an amazing guy, and I want him to hear this. Due to the times where he's having a hard time and trying to cope with what he says on social media, I always say to myself, no matter how dark my days are, or how deep my days are, or how bad my days are, Bobby, you see this? You're the reason why I continue on.
I am going to make sure that I send this to Bobby right now. Bobby's gonna get this show sent to him.
Absolutely, because
and that's the girl that's got
that's
4 arms.
4 arms.
Yeah,
that
if you look,
wait a minute. Let's see. Oh, I know who that is. I know it by the face. I think that's Emma Von Zombie, Emma Effin Johnson. One of my friends, who's now at Hell's Gate. I think that is. I can tell by the face. Yep, there's razor wire.
So I just sent that to Bobby. He'll get in. He'll say his magical words, groovy.
I love when Bobby says groovy. He's the reason why I wanted him to join the Haunting with Friends inner crew, because I told him every time we have a little get together and we have people band together, I said, I want you to be the keynote speaker of Drac Facts, because he has so much knowledge that I don't think anyone else would have the knowledge of. And honestly, I love it. I really do, for that kid, or for that guy. Whatever. He's like a kid at heart, so I'll call him kid.
I will also say that when we had him on the show, his memory is actually so amazing.
Oh yeah.
I told him that there was a convention I went to, and there was a Dracula pen that I'd seen on the ground. I picked it up, looked around, and he was doing one. And I asked him, I said, "Excuse me, is this yours?" And he looked at it and said, "Oh my gosh." I said, "It was on the floor, this and that." And he looked at me and goes, "I remember you." So, well, small things. Great guy to have on the show. I told him at any point he wants to come back, he is more than welcome to. I'm hoping that I can get Katie to come on the show. That way Katie can talk about a couple different things.
I would like to see if we can get the warden on the show, because he has a lot of cool things about his character, what it was like, as the warden from when Joliet first opened with 13th Floor to, unfortunately, our sad soon closure and stuff like that.
Well, let me ask this. Friday, do we have any reason not to have a cast party of Joliet Prison on the show one night? We do have a reason
Wow.
not to.
It would be awesome to have a few people joining us here.
I think that would be a wonderful thing. I have no problem with that. We can get that squared away. I would love for you guys to have pictures, have this and that, that you guys would love to show, as long as your cast members would like to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to reach out to someone that, if you want to talk about reaching out to people, Derek Seltzer, he's a great guy. He can help you out more than I can, actually, basically. And then Adam could probably help you out too as well. You know who I'd like to see on this show, because he's such a historian and such a haunt nerd in a great way, is my friend and also another part of the inner crew of Haunting with Friends, Sean Fuchs. This guy will spit so many facts about haunts. He always thanks me every time for, he'll go, "Thank you, man. I love you." And I'm like, "For what?" And he's like, "Because of you, man. I'm creating my own reviews page and stuff like that of haunts I walk through and everything." And I'm like, "Hey, I just gave you the idea. Now you're rolling with it, man."
I would love to have him on the show too.
Yeah. Yeah. Just looking him up on social media, Sean Fuchs, and just tell him who you are and who you interviewed. And once you say my name, he'll be like, "Oh, yeah,
I'm going to have to do that right now. No one guessed. We don't pre-record these as much as we possibly can. We don't do this and that. Oh, that's a picture I didn't have.
It's such a beautiful picture. I love the pictures of Joliet Haunted Prison from someone's cell phone or someone's actual camera. A big shout out again to Emily Fusion for her photography artwork she puts into for taking pictures of the building, amongst other things. When Zach did his 3-part documentary called Project Limestone, because that's what the prison is made out of, that building structure, he had these amazing drone shots from overhead, and I'm like, dude, this is like next level stuff. And it's amazing what you can do with technology these days.
Yeah, and sometimes technology can be good. Sometimes technology can be bad. And
AI.
everything that we do with technology is a tool. So it's not just one way or another. I mean, it's incredible what we can do with it, but there again, some people don't like people using the tools as much as this and that.
Yeah. Like I always shout out to one of my Ohio Haunter friends, the two of them that have guest acted when I used to be at Disturbia, and they would act with us on an actual full schedule, not full schedule, but they would work with us on a schedule to come on the weekends. It was a good shout out to work along with Pappy and Marilyn, who now are part of Nightmare in Cleveland, and wonderful human beings. They are really great people, and honestly, I can't think of enough. I mean, I haven't talked to them in a while because we're all adults. We're busy and stuff like that. But you know what? Once in a while, I'll shout them out and say, "Hey, Pappy, how you doing?" And our way of communication on social media when it comes to Messenger is just Macho Man Randy Savage gifts. I'll send you a list of people. I saw your message.
Yes, please. It's funny. I was just talking about Pappy the other day because I seen a picture of him, and he was doing something at I think Transworld.
Yeah, Transworld was recent. I have yet to go there.
It's a wonderful time.
It is. Obviously, I know the difference. It's a trade show. It's not a haunt convention like Midwest Haunters Convention. But,
Right.
For me, I'd still like to go one time.
It's very awesome to see. it's awesome to see what they're cooking up. And
Yeah.
then when you go to a Haunters convention, the Haunters convention is geared around the stuff for the Haunter or this and that. The trade show is geared around like the bigger stuff, Beastcraft. Oh man, there was one person that last year I went to Trans World, and the question was, would if I would box this up right now and send it to you, would you accept this and bring this to your haunt? And I said, to be right honest, no. And he was almost horrified to hear that. And I told him, I said, let me explain. I said, number one, the way that this prop pops up and slams down, I said, it's not going to be a good placement at my haunt. And I said, number two, I'm outside. This will not hold up to being outside. Number three, I flood. So even if I would build a structure around it, it's going to flood. Number four, I don't want that to be the thing that everybody else goes through and sees and be like, well, that one thing was pretty dang cool and it just lowered everything else. I said, and he goes, well, is there a place that you could bring it that won't flood? I said, I could bring it to the top, but that'd be the first thing you seen once you got on the grounds.
Yeah.
And that's setting the mood for everything else. So you go down, and I want my actors and actresses to be better than the animatronics.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
He looked at me and said, I think that this is the first time that somebody has been so thought out, right, and honest. And the guy that was with him and said, this is why I told you, grab him and ask him. He will not lie to you on why he does not want something. I said, do I want it? Absolutely. Can I justify it? No. And that's a lot of haunts. They can have the biggest props. They can have this and that. But your actors and actresses should be the things that pop out more than your side pieces. I went to a haunt years ago. Going to this haunt, you went down a whole bridge of 20 animatronics, 10 on one side, 10 on the other side. Could not hear what the animatronics were saying because they were all on air cylinders and they did not run the hoses out. So all you heard was the psst, 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 the entire time. Ruined that straight away, in my personal opinion. When I said something about it, because someone asked me, what you thought, I brought that up and they said, well, you could have just said you didn't like it.
Huh.
It was really cool to see those things. You got a lot of money in those things. But when you can't hear the dialect from them,
Yeah.
or they have no reason that they're all together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. There's a giant dragon that was at a haunt. I had no idea why that dragon was there. It was just put in a room. There was nothing bringing that. So placement of things is very important in a haunt house. That's what I'm going to say. I don't like putting haunts down. I like to look at them, enjoy them, and kind of bring an idea of what you might not be seeing.
Yeah,
But yeah,
absolutely.
my honest opinion is less animatronics, more area, more vibe, and more people.
I agree. And when I first started in this industry and stuff like that, I started in Elgin, Illinois at a place that's called Evil Intentions, and green as shit. Didn't know what to do. Didn't know how I was going to do it. I was thinking to myself, maybe this isn't for me and stuff like that. But apparently when I was shown how to do something, owner took notice and said, "Hey, are you going to come in more days?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Do you want me?" He's like, "Yeah, we can use you for a full schedule." And I'm like, "Okay." It was great. 6 years go by, but also after those 6 years, there was a bad fallout. But luckily enough, 2 years ago, I made peace. I didn't say I was going to come back or anything like that, but more or less, I just wanted to make peace so I didn't have to dread something over my whole entire lifetime. Because I'm 36 years old and I don't want to hold grudges anymore.
Right.
And I made some peace with certain people at Disturbia and stuff like that, amongst managers up there as well. I mean, just because, and I keep telling people, they're like, "Man, you got to come back to that haunt and stuff. We miss you here." And I'm like, "You look, I get it. You miss me here. Just because I make peace doesn't mean I'm coming back to get back into something that I firstly made me leave from the first get go."
Right.
And when someone doesn't understand that concept, it really hurts, because it's like you're making this piece and then something else piles on and piles on. No pun intended to your name and everything, but more or less the fact is, it's like, yo, I just made peace, man. Can you just let me have that piece?
I understand.
It's an adult concept that it's hard for a lot of people to understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
Friday, I
everybody
agree.
has been fully taught how it works.
Just like I know people mean well. The people out there that reached out to me saying, "Hey, come work at this haunt and stuff like that. We'll treat you well, like family and stuff," or blah blah blah. Those people mean well. When it's people that are heartless, and it's cringe, because this is why I love Haunt Hub, especially when they mentioned that one time where it's Michael Faust, we love you, man. I like that one post that was a year ago. I'm gonna join, where it says, I think it said, "I'm gonna join a haunt. Why am I not on the billboards? Why am I not there on the queue line and stuff like that?"
Right.
And certain of those people reached out to me, and this is where I can tell the toxicness comes from. That word that's cringe, but also true, sadly, you two should know, is that word haunt famous, where they get so huge with their egos, they forget where they came from and think they did it all themselves. Those type of people reach out to me saying, "Oh, big whoop, your haunt shut down and stuff like that. Come work for us and stuff." And I'm like, excuse my language, fuck you, because firstly, where's your sympathy? Secondly, so much for it, and thirdly, I wouldn't work for you if I was desperate, because just because you tell me to come join you and tell me to get over something that meant something to me, because it took the third haunt in my life to call an actual home and feel that type of connection without that certain limitations and stuff, to where I could be myself, I can make friends, I can do stuff with it. And for people that reached out that negative way of me to join a haunt and tell me to skip town, or or this one really, when I was at that downer side, this one really made me really question, almost to where and I'm going to be dead set honest when I say this, I was about to just call it quits and hang it up and stuff like that. You got those dead set people that see all your success in the most positive, natural way, and then you get a message saying, "Oh, well, why don't you just retire? No one likes you anyway," and stuff like that. You're just bad at what you're doing and stuff like that. Those wannabe troll comments, and I'm just like, wow, thank you for making my day more shitty now than it is.
I will tell you, being a person that's been in the haunted house industry for over 20 years, going on
Yeah.
25, people don't understand some of the things that they really, really throw out there sometimes. They just
Yes.
throw things out to see what sticks. being a person that's been able to terrify people, to give them night terrors, being a person that has made people puke while scaring them, pass out while scaring them. My list goes on and on. Golden toilets,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
The one thing I can say is you might be on a throne in your mind, or someone might look up to you. But the one thing I will tell you, there's always new tricks to be taught, or there's new tricks to be learned.
Yeah. Totally get you.
And one of the best things I can tell you, I got from Midwest Hunters Convention was the toilet bowl plunger.
Oh yeah.
I got that. I won that from Don't Be a Monster. That's where I got
Yeah.
it from.
Don't Be a Monster, which was which was volunteer booth by Katie and Bobby Lugosi.
Yep. I won the toilet bowl plunger. Me and Katie, we've had great conversations.
Yes.
That's why she needs to come on the show. No answers to buts about it. I told Bobby that he needed to tell his sister that this needs to happen. But
Yes.
one of the things I will tell you is I've taken that toilet bowl plunger and I've done some horrible and terrible things with that thing just to terrify people. And one of the things I did was I ate nachos out of it. And when I was eating nachos out of it, I was offering it to people, and that was enough that they were horrified at that. Could it get better? Yes, because I have urns that have a mixture in them that looks like Grandma and Grandpa just got back from the funeral home. Do I have more? Yes. I actually have characters that eat concoctions that looks like dog food
Ugh,
and cat food.
man.
And I will sit there and I will eat it. And I know what it is. So it doesn't bother me one bit. There's a smell that comes off of it that
Oh yeah.
people don't register what it actually is. So it's good because they think it's cat food or dog food. And I offer it to them, and I mean, I have been coming up with new tricks because haunted houses isn't just for scaring.
Oh yeah.
It is making you feel uncomfortable. And
Well,
I've been very proud to do the uncomfortable.
oh yeah, and I will paint a picture for you of uncomfortableness. At Evil Intentions, when they were originally located in Elgin, we had an actress that would show up once in a while because, busy work schedule, real life job.
Right.
And I'm like, what is that foul smell? And I literally said, I said to one of the actors, why don't you just shit your drawers or something like that? Because it reeks in here. Like, it was foul. It was bad. Turns out she was eating a big bowl of liver raw and everything, and it was juicy and stuff. And I'm saying to myself, how's that bowl filled up like that? And I'm realizing, oh my God, she's gurgitating it back into the bowl and re-eating it. And I'm like, no.
So the last time I haunted was at Haunted Town Hall.
Yeah.
And I took meatballs, mixed them up with gravy. And when I was making the gravy,
sounds good.
I took flour and I dumped flour in very, very heavy. So it made those little white balls. Mix it all together. Then I took the meatballs and just crushed them until everything had the consistency of all of it mixing together. And I had a painter's pail with that in there.
Oh no.
And I was taking it and I stuck it in the refrigerator. The next day I took it out, stuck it with my glove on, stuck a big old scoop right in a little brown bowl, and it looked like a dog dish. So I'm like going and asking people if they wanted to try my new recipe, and they're like, "What is that?" No. And then I'm taking it and I'm taking two fingers and just eating a little bit at a time. And it was bad enough that I actually had to chase somebody out. That way they did not throw up in that room. They got outside and the owner told me, he's like, they hit the grass. They made it to the grass. What did you do to that one? And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. He came in and he looked at me and goes, what is wrong with you? Because I've done this with hot wings. I've done a character that is a male stripper.
Oh no!
That eats hot wings and covers himself with hot wings. This is the opportunity Friday would have for putting up that notorious picture, because she loves this picture. I've deleted it 4 times, and there it is.
Woo! Look at that stripper, hot wing, and everything.
Oh yeah, that's all pure hot wings on that shirt.
Oh my gosh, man! I mean, I understand. I like wings myself. I like hot wings, but man, I think I'd be burning from all the sauce.
Oh yeah. Then the next night, I did the exact same character, and it just went horribly worse.
This picture is so fun.
Oh yeah, there are so many photos of me doing that character with different people, and they love that character down there at Hell's Dungeon. The character that I was in the kitchen with, Haunt Town Hall, loves that character. At my haunt, I don't get a chance to really do my character too much. But when I do my character, I've put it to the point that I've had to tell the boyfriends hold their girlfriends because she's passing out.
Yeah.
And they're just like, how do you do this? I said, it's not that hard. I said, it's just, you got to come up with creativity. And that's the whole thing. When you say that you are a haunt master, you have to come up with the creativity.
Yeah, exactly. But also too, is it's everything is so repetitive where someone can go, I came up with that. It's like, dude, I've seen that many other haunts. No, you did not.
Well, I can tell you, I was the one that was bringing taboo to reality, because no one was carrying urns and filling them up with decorative sand.
Oh dear God!
Until I start doing it, and I start handing it out to people and telling them to take Grandpa fishing.
What's their reactions to it when you said that to them?
Please don't. But Friday, I know you've been waiting very patiently, and I've been waiting for this time. And go ahead, Friday. I know you want to. Questions by this little guy, Dante.
So, yeah, we have a segment where every show, Dante gets to ask the haunter a question, because he just loves all things haunters. And so does my middle child too. But his first question is, what is your favorite robot?
Oh, we lost him. We can't hear you. You're muted. Are you there yet? No.
I can hear you guys.
There you are.
That was a late reaction.
Okay. So,
now you're good.
Favorite robot?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Favorite robot? Okay. Well, I mean, favorite robot. Wow. And this kid's name is Dante?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, all right, Dante.
6-year-old son.
My favorite robot as a 90s baby growing up was a show in the late 90s to the 2000s, and the robot was named Megas XLR.
Oh.
Ooh. That is a great answer.
The
I love
reason
that.
why I liked it is because, sure, it was a robot you had to control, but it was controlled by one bad dude called Coop and stuff like that, and the vibes were just so there with that show back in the day. And if I had to throw in a hat for a second favorite robot, it's on Tubi. You guys can watch it because Tubi's free. The Transformers, but it's the Beast Wars show.
Which one?
Optimus.
Okay.
He has that
the
show.
ape.
He has watched that one a couple of times. Okay.
I'm sorry, mine was always the Raptor.
Yeah. But Optimus for reasons because the voice actor has been doing that voice for many years now.
Yeah.
So I gotta give him the flowers. But yeah, those are my favorite robots.
Do you know what Minecraft is?
Yes, I do. I played it a bit when I had a PS4, and we did some fun things on it and stuff like that. And one of my buddies had it on the PC. He modified it, and in his own community, he made like a Capsule Corp like village, and he made a little statue of Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Nice.
It took him 2 months to perfect it because excuse my language, but because of the damn eyes were a little dodgy.
Oh yeah. He wanted to know what your favorite creature on Minecraft is.
The favorite creature? Wow, man. As much as I have arachnophobia in real life, the spiders are pretty cool in that. But the Enderman, but the Enderman ends all. So.
Okay, that is
I
awesome.
experienced a baby zombie that was riding a cow the other day. The first time ever seeing one of those things on something, and he was on a cow, and he during the sunlight because he had like a helmet on, and I was just like, "You staring at me, me staring at you. You can't get me because the cow's not coming towards me."
Yeah.
He wants to know what your favorite food is.
Oh man, you're asking the big important question. You know, us hunters, we got to eat. But if I had to go if I'm haunting, I don't eat fast food. I don't eat McDonald's or anything like that. I go for cold cut sandwiches because it prevents you from a crash out while you're doing the show. You know, so I'll go get an Italian sub sandwich from one of my favorite places I have at a town near me, and then drive that hour drive to Joliet. So that way I don't feel crashed out and burned out. Oh, and I don't do soda during the show because then that way I have all that energy while holding a chainsaw chasing people. Off the season of eating, for me, I gotta go with fettuccine alfredo with chicken.
Dude.
Yep, that is a favorite. Yeah, for him, these are the important questions for a 6-year-old. He wants to know if your character has a weapon.
Yes, I do. 2 of them. Alternate, if it's not allowed at a haunt, I use the zapper as you saw in these pictures. The one that goes, and you probably heard them or seen a video. The other main thing I use as a prop for a weapon is a chainsaw. Inspiration drew me to this from one of my favorite ones that I did also interview a year ago, and that's Chainsaw Sammy from Missouri, Sammy Taylor. Other people that inspired me was Emma's fiance. He's one of my friends, and I consider them family. Tom, he has many chainsaw techniques. He did a chainsaw dance and everything. You probably saw a snippet of it once I posted in my stories, but there's me doing the chainsaw dance, twirling it around from last year at my friend's house haunt and stuff. So yeah, those are the two things I used for my character.
His last question is, do you like to play with Play-Doh?
Oh my gosh, another important question. Yes, I do. But as a kid, we must adventure and see if Play-Doh is edible.
Oh, we made pudding Play-Doh. And
Nice.
the Play-Doh with the salt and the salt and the flour, so we could see which ones were edible, and then we talked about which ones weren't edible. Like
Yes.
the Play-Doh, he gets his prizes from school.
One of my favorite moments of Play-Doh, and I think Dante should be introduced to this. If you see it on Amazon or somewhere at a thrift store, get the Play-Doh board game Splat with the bugs, where you create your own character. Because when you splat your characters, the whole board is covered and it just says Splat all over it.
That's
That
awesome.
is cool.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I
will have to find
remember
it.
that.
Yeah, you would create your own avatar, like you would then this and then roll the dice. But if you landed somewhere where the consequences ensue, you get splatted and you have to recreate a character again.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Watch one of my favorite YouTubers that I watch on YouTube, Cinemassacre, Angry Video Game Nerd, James Rolfe.
Okay.
Board James Board James is his alter ego where he talks about board games.
I just recently, after the convention of Transworld, I also just had like a whole bunch of people start popping up on my Facebook feed, and then a whole bunch of people start requesting to be friends with me, and I quick look, and if it's anybody with the haunted house industry, accept. Sammy popped up as a person that I should like, or I might know, 72 different times. So I just sent Sammy a message. Hopefully me and Sammy can be friends. I think I've met Sammy before.
Yeah, you'll know what she looks like when she's all red.
Yeah. I've seen pictures, but I think she's part of the Haunt Chat group. So I think that me and hers got pictures together in the same, because she always walks around with a microphone, I do believe.
Yes, that's the alter ego of her a little podcast, little show called Into the Fear.
Yeah. So hopefully one of these times me and her can have a conversation, and maybe perhaps she'll come on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Sammy's awesome.
There is so many people. Last year we were really blessed to have Alan Hops.
Oh, I love Alan. Alan's awesome, man.
And next time I see Alan Hops in person, I'm supposed to go and say hi to him, and we'll get some photos together, because he is a really great guy, and he said he liked doing this podcast because it was really laid back. And
yep.
I told him, I said, yeah, it's just, we try making this podcast like a couple of friends sitting at a table just chatting.
Yeah.
And at some point, I totally forgot we were doing the podcast when we were talking to you, and then I realized once again, we're live on the show again.
we that's the best thing about live entertainment and live podcasts is you don't know if you're live, and that's why you start drifting away. You're like, oh shit, we're live.
Yeah, and that's one of the best things. I know here in June we'll have a big announcement. Well,
Cool.
actually, we'll have a big announcement next month about June. So can't wait for that to come out.
Yeah.
But we'll make sure that we have the announcement go out and everybody will see the announcement, and I'm sure there's going to be some let's talk about this. But yeah, it's coming. We haven't said a single thing about it, and it's coming. So without a doubt, is there anything else we want to talk about with you?
What the future holds. I don't want to give too much, but I will say this. Tune in April 25th, 6 p.m. Central to The Haunting with Friends. On my main profile, Matt Brill on Facebook, we will be going live and on our final show ever and talk about future plans and what's in store and what are we going to do with, the unfortunate shutdown of Old Joliet Haunted Prison, how we're going to cope with my 9th year coming up and stuff like that in this industry. So lots to talk about, honestly. And not only just talk about that, but I would like to have a lot that have been interviewed by me, just randomly pop up on video, comment, chime in, open forum. Anyone that's listening for the Joliet crew, you are more than welcome to pop in and talk about your stories about that prison and why it meant so much to you and, why it feels like home to you and, what your next steps are, or you're just going to ride the waves as I'm doing right now.
So I do want to say something.
Sure.
Me and one of my friends are going to make a day trip out of the craziness. And I say the craziness because Chicago's not that far away from us.
No.
And not too far away from the convention center where they have Midwest Haunters Convention.
Yeah, which is in Rosemont.
They actually have a small mom and pop restaurant that does Chicago pizza.
Yeah.
It does it fantastically, may I add.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to say is I'm going to get a hold of you when me and my crazy friend decide we're going to do this.
Uh-huh.
And if you're not busy, maybe you could join us and we can get some pictures together.
Oh, absolutely. As long as it's on a weekend, because my work schedule is hectic.
It's going to be on a weekend because there is no way in heck I can leave and make it back to work the next day. Ain't no way.
Hey, man, I'm at a pizza place. Oh, I got to go to work the next day.
Yeah. So let me Friday. If I haven't told you this, my boss actually stopped right beside my semi when I was getting ready to go into work one day, and he goes, "Hey," and I said, "Yeah." He goes, "You are not going to believe who popped up on my YouTube." I said, "I don't know, someone that is on YouTube." I said, "I don't know what you would watch to figure out who would have popped up." And he goes, "It was a guy named Pyle Hazard." And I started laughing. He goes, "You were talking about snowplows." I said, "Yep, I do that. One of the shows we do talks about traveling and how important it is to pay attention to safety while you're traveling."
Yeah. My job consists of I work at a distribution center for semi-truck auto parts for trailers and other sorts of things that go in a semi-truck. The company I work for is Fleet Pride, and I'll tell you one thing I will not take for granted when it comes to picking stuff manually with your hands and lifting. Man, those semi truck drum brakes are no joke lifting.
You're not lying.
That
Those,
and the clutches. But we do have this hot seller item in Fleet Pride, and it's it's called OTR, like over the road or something like that. And it's picked a lot in my work. And like I said, yes, I'm picking up metal parts and other things that go for a semi truck and stuff like that, or for the Fleet Pride stores that are around the US and stuff. But I said to myself, man, oh man, those rims, those drum brakes, those rotors, the clutches, no.
Yep, and just because you have an automatic truck doesn't mean that you will not have to redo a clutch.
Yep.
It's automatic. It doesn't mean that it does. It's automatic assist. It goes through the gears the exact same way a human would. But the thing is, automatic systems does it for you. Now you can help. You can help a semi that's automatic go from one gear to another by just releasing the pedal a little bit when it's at that wonderful ratio. Just release the pedal and then put your foot back down, and it'll help it shift. I know that because me and my Kenworth, we are good. We are on good terms. Now I might have had the low fuel light come on today.
Oops.
I pushed it to a new level.
Yeah, that sounds about right with Kenworth and stuff, and it sounds about right because it's like my buddy who's a semi truck driver in Wisconsin drives a nice Peterbilt and stuff. He's like, yeah, I put that thing to the metal, and she doesn't want to disagree with me.
I'm just saying it says it knows what gear it needs to be in, but I think it could just stay in that one gear just a little longer. Just get me up the hill a little bit longer. You wanted to downshift, and I wasn't ready for that. But anyway, hey, getting back to haunted house industry here, because we have a whole show that we could talk about trucks on at any given point.
I just wanted to chime in what I did for my normal job and stuff, because now like we're in the same industry, except you drive trucks and I pick truck parts.
Now, if you want to talk agriculture, boy, we don't have a podcast about that, but I think that might be a fun podcast from time to time.
Yeah, we'll see. Not my type of speed, but I do like when I travel. I don't take interstates. I don't take tollways. I don't take highways. When I travel, I like taking the back roads because they get to your destination faster than the actual highway.
Depends.
True, but I think it's faster only because you get to see things that you don't see on the highway.
And some things you don't want to see, and that's why you travel down the highway.
Well, here's a story for you. I'm traveling to Kankakee, and it's getting dark outside, and my GPS glitched and said, take this route. And I'm taking this route, and I'm like, okay, there's a bunch of cornfields here and stuff like that. So I guess I'm taking the back roads to my friend's house and stuff like that. Just as I say that, I see part of the corn blowing, and I'm like, okay, it's windy and stuff like that. I see a bit of lightning. I'll tell you one thing, in those back roads without any light pollution, man, that lightning lights up the whole field. It's actually beautiful.
It is.
But what my dumbass didn't know was I didn't see anything because, sometimes you lose your signal a little bit. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, man, there's a lot of lightning. It's rapidly flashing. I'm like, uh-oh, is there a storm coming? It wasn't a storm. So lightning flashes. I'm driving up a little bit. Then I'm seeing parts of the cornfield in front of me getting lifted up. And I'm like, oh, shit, 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 shit. And I backed up fast. And as soon as I backed up, I saw the debris cloud hit right in the middle of the road. And here's me holding down the brake and everything and making sure I don't get skidded forward into the suck zone. Back in the day, they called it with the movie Twister. But that was crazy, man. I've never seen, well, I mean, I've seen tornadoes, but I've never seen one that close where I see corn just raised up like that.
So I got a question for you. We have another show. It's called 30 Squirrel Nuts. And I know the wording on it's kind of like what the heck, but it stands for 30-minute squirreling and we can go nuts.
Yeah.
At any point, would you like to do a 30-minute show with us and
Sure.
just go squirrel out with us?
Yeah.
We'll do that one day, and we'll get a hold of you and send you the link. And we like doing that. It's a fun little show because we have taken this show off a topic so many times that
Sorry.
I feel like no, it's fine. I kind of needed this a little bit too with the convention coming up and this and that.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but
It is.
If there's Friday, do you have any more questions? I mean, I got a feeling that we're going to have a episode just dealing with the prison. So if that's going to be a show, we can get some good questions for that one.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I have a kid and a sister that has questions about the prison. But okay, this one, have you ever had a paranormal experience at the prison?
Yes, I have. Quite a few times, actually. The first one that I think is the best one I've had ever, because when you hear the word haunted house and how people advertise saying it's actually haunted, but you don't feel anything, and they just do it for clout and stuff. The Joliet prison is the definition of no clout. It's actually haunted. It is actually active while we're acting there as those inmates in the past and stuff. I'm walking up those catwalks, and this is my first time walking through the prison back in 2022 because Japes did his Lost Souls bus tour. And I walked up, I looked at the corner of one of the cells, and I said to myself, okay, this person's just standing there. Are they going to do something or what? There's no machines, there's no animatronics, and I'm just seeing a full person in there. I turn around. I said, is this person just standing there? Like, what are they going to do? And I go, hello, I turn around. This apparition is still standing there. I'm not realizing until the third one where I said, oh my gosh. Because when I said that, I can see through the transparency of the wall where that apparition was standing in that cell.
That is awesome. I definitely have got it.
Multiple times. Yeah. I mean, I've never seen anything like that ever in my life, and I could never explain it, But the other times where I felt paranormal activity at the haunted prison was, again, it's that whole prison cell block area, up and down by yourself, when we're closing and stuff and the rest are chilling in the break room, chit-chatting. I have to usually use the restroom. We have to walk all the way to the other side and stuff like that because, that's where they were. I'm walking, I'm hearing nothing, And I said to myself, oh, please, let me just do my business in peace or something, But no, sometimes I will literally look out that darkness where the showroom floor is in the prison, and I swear to you, and I will say it no matter how many times, I will see like shadow figures darting across on top of those catwalks where the cell doors are, and I remember one time I turned my back, I heard like a loud bang, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, someone dropped something. And then the bang hit again, and I realized, oh my God, one of the cell block doors is closed or something like that, you know? That's what it sounded like. Nothing closed, but it was the imitation sound of what a cell door sounds like when they shut that steel door.
Dude, okay, at some point, if any of you guys would like to talk about the paranormal things that have happened to you guys at the prison, we will have a Corpse Garden Chronicles episode and just nothing but all the haunted, as in the paranormal experiences, the whole thing. I would love that.
Yo, yeah, I would definitely be down for it, and I think we should include more people from Joliet, like Katie, Adam, Bobby, or no, not maybe not Bobby on that one because I don't know if he's ever felt anything, but definitely Katie and Adam, and other people that are part of the prison. I can try to give names, and I'll give them the file so I can give them to you and stuff like that. That would definitely share your stories. Actually, there was one that worked with us who used to be a tour guide across the street at the Joliet men's prison side of it. Christine Johnson, definition of a historian, is a history buff. She's told me stories where even on the other side of the prison where she toured, she had a lot of experiences and stuff like that over there. This one will also resonate with me because I know it would definitely be true. But one time she walked into one of the cells on the other prison side, on the actual prison side, and she was being growled at. And she literally knew who it was because I don't know the person's name that she used, but she knew the person was. She's like, "You just don't like me today." And then you hear a spirit voice going, "Yes."
That is cool. Dude,
So,
yes.
and here's what I have to stress about it. I really don't believe in the whole word demon. You know, I know there's evil things out there, but the word demon gets thrown a lot in Ghost Adventures because it's overhyped and stuff. I literally feel like you're only feeding it to make it bad energy, where most of those bad spirits that there are bad spirits that did really evil things, but there are also bad spirits that did things that they have regrets in the afterlife to where they want to correct those wrongs, you know?
Oh, yeah.
In general, I think spirits in the paranormal and even in the haunted house industry, if there's a place that's haunted during the haunt season, just misguided, honestly.
That is, I agree. I hate all the demon misunderstanding being thrown around. But
Yes.
okay, Kyle is sending me messages. Let's close it out here because
Yep.
I do have a ton of questions about this and a lot of other things, but it involves the haunted side, not haunter side. So, dude, where do you want to be found?
Facebook.
Or do you want people to be able to look for you?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, social media, Matt Brill, MATBRILL, on Facebook and social media. Feel free to follow the page I created called The Haunting with Friends Interviews. It'll show that picture of me behind that chain link fence that you guys showed up on here. So, yeah, those are the only two social media sites I have, pretty much.
Okay, awesome.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
It's been a wonderful this has been a wonderful time to spend time with you. I mean, we totally squirreled off just because I know who you are, you know who I am, and that's one of the greatest things about the show. We can actually do that, and
yeah.
I don't have a producer that goes, "You did it again." Nope.
Yeah, but sometimes I feel like when I do it, I'm just like, oh shit.
That's okay.
happens.
The producer you have
Yeah.
is like, ooh, I'm so happy to hear all of this. And truck makes me so happy too. So, anyway, good night, everybody. Thank you
Good
for
night.
coming.
Greetings and shabibans. We are the Retro Reductibus Cephala Podcast, a long-form bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
Yeah, that sounds good, but I don't know what all those words mean.
I think what Parasite Steve's trying to say is that on Retro Reductibus, we explore a range of retro goodness, from toys, video games, and movies, to cartoons, and even snacks and school lunches.
Oh.
And we do it all with a positive spin, a slew of killer guests, and some very adult language.
And you know what else is cool?
No.
This crazy show is part of the Your King Podcast Network with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
What's that?
And if waiting 2 weeks for a new episode gives you a sad, know that we drop bonus episodes all the time, like the off-format Crow's Nest and an interview series we call The Brig.
You can listen to Retro Reductibus on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any app that's cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all the things that make growing up awesome.
Hey everyone, I'm Maximus Christian Bryant, President of the Ohio Haunters Association, and you are watching Chainer's Haunted Secrets on the Owlite Network. And I wanted to invite you all to come see the Ohio Haunters Convention on May 9th and 10th in 2026 at the Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield, Ohio. See you there.